Summer hung on much longer than usual this year.
But fall is finally here, and with it some beautiful scenery in the Pocono area.
Welcome to Talk of the Town, everyone. We're glad you're joining us this month.
Will we get out of our comfort zone and try not to pedal our bikes on a pump track?
A very common find this time of year becomes a great fall craft.
We experience how dangerous the roads can be when drivers are impaired or distracted. We try out a driving simulator.
An old Jim Thorpe legend comes to life. It's the reason for the annual sweeping of Race Street.
And we visit a neighborhood bar that's turned into so much more.
But first, October is all about the changing color of the leaves, and we found the perfect place to take in some spectacular views. Blue Mountain Resort.
Fall is one of the most beautiful times up at the mountain just because we are surrounded by trees, and when they start to change color, it is breathtaking, and all you have to do is take a ride.
Melissa, we are ready for our scenic lift ride.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't think I've ever been on a chairlift ride when there wasn't snow on the ground.
Yeah, most people haven't, and they do not know what they're missing. For the month of October, we have fall foliage weekends where you can hop on and take in all of the spectacular views of the Poconos and all the fall foliage colors. It's really gorgeous. It's $5 to ride the scenic lift ride, and you can ride it all day long. So you hop on when you get here, take a couple of rides, and when you get off the lift at the bottom, you'll get a coupon for a free drink up at our Slopeside Pub and Grill. So you can really plan and make it an entire day out with your friends, out with your family. Go up and either enjoy lunch or dinner at Slopeside Pub and Grill, and then you can hop back on and take a couple more rides before you head home.
A lot of people have never been on a lift unless you're a skier, so they're probably a little worried. How safe is it to just hop on and take a ride?
Yeah, it's completely safe. I mean, a lot of people, like you said, are used to only getting on a lift in the winter, and so they're used to normally just riding it to the top of the mountain and getting off, and then you ski back down.
Gives you a complete different perspective.
It's a unique experience because you get to get off at the top and you can hike around a little bit and take in all of the beautiful views and stuff, but then you get to actually get back on and ride the lift back down to the bottom. And a lot of people have never rode the lifts going that way, so it's definitely a fun and unique way to take it all in.
We've enjoyed some amazing views from the top of this mountain.
Now it's time to head back down.
So when you're on your way up, you get to take in all of Blue Mountain's beautiful fall foliage, but when you're on your way back down, you get this spectacular, expansive view of the Pocono Mountains in its entirety, and it's gorgeous.
Not to mention, it's a little bit like an amusement park ride because you're going downhill.
Yeah, so obviously we always recommend that people keep their bars down when they're riding because like you mentioned, a lot of people are used to coming up, but when you're going back down, you are going down that elevation, and so it's almost like a little bit of a thrill, you know, so there's definitely still that sense of adventure without, you know, too much of an adventure.
This is really something that pretty much anyone of any age can enjoy.
Yeah, anybody from grandma, grandpa to the little kids, and it's really great for any age, any activity level, and it's a great thing to do if you're looking for a unique way to take in fall foliage, or if you're looking for something fun to do with the entire family.
In addition to the fall foliage lift rides, Blue Mountain Resort is getting ready for Halloween.
So in addition to fall foliage weekends throughout the month of October, we also have our Monster Ball Bash. It's an adult-only costume party, and it's held at Slopeside Pub and Grill, and we're giving away prizes for different unique costume combinations, and it's also free to get in. So it's just a fun way to celebrate Halloween. And then this is actually also our second annual Booze and Brews event, where you come in and it's like a trick-or-treating for adults, and you choose either beer or wine, 7 samples of beer, 7 samples of wine, and then each one is paired with a delicious treat.
Blue Mountain Resort is giving us a pair of Fall Foliage Scenic Lift Ride passes for one lucky viewer, along with a $25 gift certificate to Slopeside Grill. Head to our Facebook page, like the correct photo in our October album, and let us know why you love the autumn season for a chance to win. Good luck. Every town has its legends, and in Jim Thorpe, one of them starts right here at the Mock Chunk Cemetery.
It was a late night in 1980, and if something looks like it's missing from here, you're right.
Supernatural forces may have been at play, and what happened here over 35 years ago led to the tradition of the sweeping of Race Street.
Every Halloween, people gather to clear the path and help wandering souls find their way.
There's something very mystical about Jim Thorpe. It's a collection of souls, so to hear something odd happening doesn't surprise me at all. It just fills me with wonder, like, oh, something else has gone on here in town.
So what is the legend? What exactly happened here? According to news reports of the day, vandals pried the ball from its perch on the cemetery monument where Edward Rex is buried. It's believed Rex hanged himself in the stable behind the Opera House. The 500-pound granite ball started to roll. Could it be the restless soul of Rex that took the ball on a half-mile descent through the woods, crossing Broadway and continuing to Race Street, where it mysteriously came to rest in front of what had been the Rex family home?
Hans Egle, who owned the house, he was a Swiss architect. I think he opened the door that morning to see the Rex ball in front of his house. The neighbors helped him push it over to the Kennedy Spring, because in those days, even though there weren't too many cars going down Race Street, it was a street. So he put it over there to get it out of the way, and he learned through, I guess, talking to the neighbors that it was actually from the monument of the man who was born and raised in this house.
Well, it's 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning on that Saturday morning, and Barry Andrew was a patrolman at the time, and he said, there's a problem at the cemetery. You want to meet me? We got down as far as Kennedy Spring, and there laid the big ball that had been on top of the Rex monument. And he says, that look familiar to you? Yeah, I think that came out of the cemetery. And we came back up and found the monument had been decapitated.
The borough work crew was called to return the massive ball to the cemetery, where it was locked in the chapel to prevent a repeat performance. But the souls were still uneasy.
I had a number of experiences in the house, and I can only tell you that I didn't believe in ghosts when I moved here, and that after living in the Rex house, I absolutely do. A friend of mine encouraged me to write down these things that I heard, and when I started writing them down, what happened was it was like I could hear it come through me, and I kept writing and kept writing and kept writing.
The end result? A collection of writings called The Voices of the Hollow Maze.
The Rex ball rolled down from the hill while mock chunk porch hags slept. A comet turned to point the way to where salvation's kept. The Rex house in the stone row stayed the course of roll. A haunted night, a quiet street, an uninvited soul. The church looked empty, dark and still, its tower like a pall, its Gothic, stern and smiling face frowned above the wall. How dare you come this way, it said. The Rex ball stood its ground. I've come to vindicate my soul with something large and round. We've damned you to eternity for swinging from a beam. I'm here to say your hateful curse was monstrous and mean. I've learned an ancient secret from the lion by your door. The spectral light of Venus through your great rose window pours. It lights the Vesica Pisces at the reredos at 1. At 1 o'clock it sparkles, a shimmering rainbow sun. Bright celestial token, grace from high above, rolling ball who's spoken through eternity of love. They rolled the ball back through the town and pushed it up the hill. They locked it in the chapel where it stayed against its will. Though lively oracles great and small are shunned by men today, rolling balls and rainbow suns are more than child's play.
The legend, and then the writings. Friends of historic Race Street knew this couldn't be forgotten. So the All Hallows Eve sweeping of Race Street tradition began.
I knew he had been working on the Voices of the Hollow Maze for some time, and I knew about the story, and it was, well, we have to do something with this, and Halloween was the perfect time.
It symbolizes helping to sweep out the old and making room for the new, and as a remembrance of those who have died and wanting them to be at peace and helping them along if they need some help.
Rita O'Donnell, who is my neighbor, has been sweeping the street for years, and she's terrific, and we love her.
Oh, since 1948, when we moved here.
And when the Rex Ball rolled down to Race Street, she couldn't get her rosary and her broom out fast enough to sweep all the spirits along the way.
The rosary was probably in my purse or up on my nightstand. But you pray whenever. You can pray now. You can say a Hail Mary or an Our Father. And he listens. He listens up there.
From the mountain, from the river, to the valley deep. We have people on the street. We have people who are just walking by, and we have extra brooms. Typically, David makes a stone labyrinth right there in the park. And then we'd sweep around that. Usually it's candlelit. We usually do it around 6:30 on Halloween, so it's dark then. So it just adds a little bit to the fun and the mystery. And we just try to help the spirits move along the way so they don't stick around.
Always good.
Yes. Bring a broom and join us. It's always fun, and then we'll be doing readings afterwards. We'd like to include something a little literary. It just is a little more fun.
So, how much is legend and how much is fact? You'll have to decide what you believe.
Don't go away. Coming up next on Talk of the Town, Marie and I try out a drunk driving simulator. Thousands of people die in the United States every year due to drinking and driving.
Thousands more are injured because they're driving while distracted as they text on their cell phones.
The Lehigh Valley Health Network, along with the North Central Highway Safety Network, have introduced driving simulators that allow drivers to see firsthand just how dangerous impaired and distracted driving can be.
So, of course, we decided to test our skills with the driving simulator.
The turn signals are these silver paddles. If you click back, it'll go on, and then you turn the turn signals off, you'll click back again.
Okay.
The top red buttons on the left and right let you pan for traffic. So if you push one at a time to the left or to the right, you'll look to the left or right.
Sounds a little complicated.
Well, it's harder than turning your head.
It's a little harder than turning your head. It's a little bit like a video game. Okay.
Simulators replicate driving distracted or driving impaired through virtual simulation. But the neat thing about the simulators is we built in real life consequences. So if they crash in the simulation, they're going to go before a real Lehigh County Commonwealth Court judge or see a real state trooper at a PSP Troop M or our medevac personnel. So they get to see real actual local people and know what the real actual consequences are.
Okay, look left, look right. I feel like...
Like, what side of the road am I on?
Yeah. Okay, how do I...
This is where you realize this is not a video game person.
Oops. I'm totally not a video game person. Look left.
Was it telling you that it wants you to...
Seatbelt is so uncomfortable. I'm not gonna wear it.
Keep it on. The first computer program is meant to recreate distracted driving. You're taking a friend to work in this scenario, and you must decide whether or not to pick up your cell phone.
I took it in this morning to get fixed.
I didn't even get off the street. Oh, $2,764.
You didn't even get the text.
You know what, Marie, you laugh all you want.
Oh, no,
right
I know.
now.
I'm not a video game person. It's the video game aspect. If I was in a real car doing it for real, I'd be better off than in a video game.
I take this device to high schools. I take it to colleges, universities. I've even been out to a bunch of businesses that brought it in for their health fairs for the day. But I take it anywhere within the reach of Lehigh Valley Health Network's coverage zone.
All right, Zach, I'm going to do better second time.
All right. Can you make it through the first stop sign?
Just don't crash the parked car.
Jeez,
What are you doing? I'd like to get there alive. You're going the wrong way. Turn around.
So it's going to start you over because you went the wrong way.
How did I go the wrong way?
Crossed over to head on traffic.
And every traffic violation that you commit, it's going to bring up a list on this side. So when it said you crossed over and went through, it'll keep listing if you didn't stop at the stop sign or you went through the red light. Yeah.
All right, I'm really bad at this. Then Marie got in the driver's seat.
It's like a... All right, Kim, I'm with you.
It's tricky.
No, okay, I think this guy's going around. He's like, I'm going around you. Oh, where did he go? Oh, he made a left?
So it's very educational for them to get the point that there's more than just having an accident or more than just, trying to text while you're driving. There's consequences that go with everything.
They get to see what it's like to drive distracted or drive impaired on a simulator rather than actually going out in the road and making a poor decision and doing it on the road.
You're like driving like those little old ladies people complain about.
Here comes the puppy dog. Go ahead, puppy dog. Hey, was I on the wrong side of the road?
You were so focused on the dog that you sideswiped the car.
We were able to laugh at how poorly we were driving, but taking this program into schools emphasizes to students how difficult it is to make good decisions when distracted or impaired.
There's a new law that went into effect this past January called Daniel's Law, and it adds additional jail time. So if you are texting and you severely injure somebody, you're going to get an additional 2 years in jail. But if you're texting and actually kill someone, you're going to get an additional 5 years in jail, and that's on top of whatever else you're sentenced with.
Uh-oh, I just hit a dog.
Did you?
Careful.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe you didn't
Maybe
hit the
it ran
dog.
away. Maybe it ran fast enough.
She hit the dog?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Wait, did it say hit the dog? Because it felt like I hit the dog.
You made it to the end.
You made it to the end.
But you did hit the dog.
I did hit the dog.
Things got even worse when we tried driving the simulator impaired.
Oh, cones. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh,
I'm making a left here.
Yes.
You
But
hit
I'm
a
like
few
in
of
the-
the cones.
You just hit the cones.
I hit some cones, but stop, pup. Oh,
Oh, you hit
that
another dog.
Another
Two
dog.
dogs I hit. I think it was the same dog.
What are you doing? I'd like to get there alive.
Did you have something to
there's a
drink before you
car.
came here this
I
morning?
had nothing to drink. Since our director, Zach, has more experience with all things technical, he gave the simulator a try.
You're going the wrong way. Turn around.
You
Wow.
were supposed to turn there.
That's easy to get distracted.
Because he looked at the phone to start to press in.
I was trying to figure out how to work the phone.
They broke right through the window.
Did you press on the brake?
Yeah, I
You jammed on the brake, but there was no.
You rear-ended someone, Zach. That's bad.
I think you hit the hardest because you were going the fastest.
Yeah, right when Mark took his seatbelt off too. Poor Mark.
This is a scary thing pulling out onto this road.
Because you can't see the car. Like, it was a cop was there already.
I crashed.
It was a major crash.
What was a major crash?
Yeah, you're not doing too good.
So this is your passenger, Mark, who wasn't wearing his seatbelt.
Oh, poor Mark.
And if he dies, you're in big trouble.
Yes, I have tried it several times, and yes, I've crashed. It's a very interesting process, but I think it's a very good process. And in the fact that, like I said, the students are getting exposure to something that's in a controlled environment, so to speak, because we'd rather have them do it there and have their consequences dealt with there than dealt with out on the highway, and now they're injuring themselves, injuring somebody else, or, you know, worst case scenario, they end up killing someone.
If you would like the driving simulators to visit your high school or special event, you can contact Bill McQuilkin at the Lehigh Valley Health Network or Tracy Fox at the North Central Highway Safety Network for more information.
When Talk of the Town continues, we head into the kitchen with a local chef to prepare the perfect fall dish. Most small towns have their signature watering holes.
In Palmerton, there's one that's evolved with the times.
Joey B's on Delaware Avenue has been around since 1986, but boy, have things changed.
It started out as a pretty rough shot and beer bar, and about 8 years ago, we decided we're either going to sell or start making more of a restaurant. And we began to start making burgers and cheesesteaks, and I wanted nothing but the best when we started. And it kind of snowballed into what we have today, which is a business that grew so much beyond our expectations. It's quite a blessing.
We're going to meet with Tommy, your chef. Any idea what he has in store for us today?
I have no idea. He does take specials. I give him full range to take specials anywhere he wants. We have stuff that is kind of crazy for the area. We have escargot occasionally. We have oysters. We have caviar. We've had crazy stuff that is not the norm for any small bar or restaurant in Palmerton, let alone anywhere in the area.
So Tommy, what are we going to make?
Today we're going to do an April squash blossom 3 ways.
3 ways?
So what we'll start with is our squash, obviously.
Okay.
We're only going to use the fattest part, and you'll see why in a moment. We're going to trim, and we'll set aside. We'll do one for you, one for me.
Okay.
Next we'll take our melon baller. You're going to core the middle. You're going to leave about 1 inch from the bottom.
So you're making yourself a little bowl.
Exactly, essentially, yes. Who's first?
Go ahead, Kim.
I've never melon balled a squash before.
So the food we're using back here is very fresh.
It is. We've greatly increased our farm-to-table aspect from Misty Valley Farms. We've teamed up with them. Paul and Angie have done great things down there. Every time I open a case of their produce, I smile, and that's pretty rare to find.
Ree, you're up.
All right. So I bet it makes you really happy when you know that you can be making all of your great food with really fresh stuff.
Oh, absolutely. That's key. So we've used the melon baller, correct?
Yes.
I have the rarest tool that you ladies will ever see in a kitchen.
Oh,
I promise you've never seen one before in a kitchen. And I'll be right back.
Okay.
There we go.
You're right. Nobody puts a chair in a kitchen.
Who's ever seen it? You're not allowed to sit in a kitchen. So I'll show you the technique.
You're going to show us why we're going to sit in the kitchen?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
It's crucial to rest your elbow for a proper squash blossom. The steadier the hand, the better. You have to trust your knife, okay? There is no sewing. It's a straight slice. Down, down. Okay?
Thus the blossom part.
Yes.
I'm guessing when you say trust the knife, it's because the knife is really freaking
very
sharp.
So watch your fingers.
Oops, that one's not
Girls
going
are
to
doing
beat
well.
up.
Anybody want a job? Not bad at all.
Nice.
Very impressive.
Very nice.
All right, Ree, the chair is all yours.
Okay.
The lefty.
Oh boy.
I got a rhythm going here.
Yeah, you guys are good.
That's pretty.
Beautiful.
Not sure what it looks like, but I wouldn't call it a blossom.
Not yet. Not yet.
Right
but
now
I
it's a
can
crown.
tell. I can
Right
tell.
now
It's a crown. Yeah.
So we'll oil and season.
And I remember from working with you before, we have our salt and pepper mix.
Absolutely.
Saves time.
Saves time.
And what do we do?
All over. And now we'll bake at 350 for about 40 minutes. And through the power of television,
TV magic. Woohoo!
we have our blossoms.
Hey, we got an extra one too.
We do. Imagine that.
They multiplied there.
So they'll come out like this, and then you're going to have to open and pry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're making the blossom.
They look
But you're
very
blossoming.
pretty.
Yes.
Now they look like you could call them a
Now
blossom.
you get the blossom aspect,
Yes.
right? So now we'll do it 3 different ways. So we're going to start with extra virgin olive oil, some garlic. We're going to caramelize that. So next we'll add our beef. Get that going. While that's going, I'll add some fresh rosemary. Next, I'll hit it with a little beef base. So a little green for color.
They're so pretty.
Some petals. We'll open our blossom, and then we'll top.
That looks really good.
Wow. Who would have thought? What a cool idea.
Simple, but fun. So we'll do Caribbean jerk shrimp.
Okay.
Just a teaspoon of garlic. We'll add our shrimp, some Caribbean seasoning. Perfect. Okay, now I would add some rum. Stand back. You're gonna get some flame.
How much am I adding?
Keep going.
Woo!
Good.
Avery, you set it on fire.
I know.
Let's finish with our mango sauce. And we'll cover the steam since they are so big.
I love how you don't have lids, you just use another pan.
Absolutely.
That's the best lid ever.
Absolutely.
Do the same thing like you did on
Sure.
yours?
Now we'll plate your blossom.
That looks great.
Some red Thai chili sauce. And I would feel free to do it as much as you
like
like.
on
Yep,
the board.
sure.
Let's see how this.
Tie it all together. Beautiful. Well done.
Woo!
Well done.
All right, thank you. Two
Very
down.
nice.
2 down.
Kim has the vegetarian coming up.
We'll do a little garlic.
That much?
Perfect. And while that's going, you can actually add your vegetables. So you want to hit it with a little salt and pepper.
How much white wine am I putting in
I would
here?
do about 4 ounces. So a steady pour. Keep going.
Steady pour.
Very good. There you go. Excellent. And then you'll finish with marinara.
Oh, wow, the marinara right in?
Right in.
All of it?
Yep. No, half. I'm sorry.
Half? Okay. Thank you. I'm thinking I can't flip this. It's much easier when you have something to stir.
Sure.
This is the veggie option.
Absolutely. Excellent.
Okay.
And I would hit this with the balsamic as well.
Looks like a chocolate sundae now.
No,
It does. It does kind of look like a chocolate sundae.
Well done, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was fun.
I would say we do primarily food actually, and people come in for the food but then enjoy a drink while they're here as well.
My daughter started out the sangrias with a few, and people kept asking us for samples. Well, she started the sangria flight, and they snowballed to the point where we now have sangria clubs. We have a beer club. You drink a certain amount of sangrias, you get a t-shirt. You drink a certain amount of craft beers, and you'll also get a beer shirt. It's a way for us to advertise. It's a way for people to experience different drinks and different beers.
We change the drinks for the seasons and for holidays. And then our sangria flights are something that we started doing about a year ago, and those are a hit. That's what a lot of people get, and if someone sees one, then everyone in the place gets one, so we're pretty busy with those.
Well, they're so pretty.
They are.
And that one looks very Halloweenish. What is
Yes.
that?
This is a pumpkin spice martini.
So you guys really go all out making your drinks look special.
Yes.
Do people ever come in expecting it still to be a beer and shot bar?
I think so, yeah. People that haven't been here for a little while, people that have been out of town and come back, I think they come here expecting it to be just beer, and then they see all the food and the line out the door, and it's surprising to them.
All this food looks amazing, and everything is so colorful. Good job, chef.
Thank you. Had a lot of fun today, ladies.
And the drinks are awesome too. Alex, way to go.
Thank you.
We're on the deck behind Joey B's. You would never even know this is here just traveling down Delaware Avenue, would you?
No, everyone loves it back here. It's like our hidden treasure.
All right.
It really is.
All right, everybody, dig in.
All right, let's go.
Time to eat.
About 7 years ago, I designed a back patio, and my wife thought it was kind of crazy when I started measuring out there and putting cardboard all over the backyard. And I said, I'm going to build a patio. And it started out, she just kind of gave me a okay. And it turned out to be kind of, we always get people saying it's like a Key West feature here in Palmerton. It's in the backyard, and it's very unassuming from the front. But when you walk back there, it's a very nice patio. We designed it that I can enclose it, and we utilize it all year long. We have a fireplace, we have heaters, and we keep it open all year.
Amazing, Tommy. This is why I don't cook.
You don't have to. You have me.
You have a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to Joey B's. Just find the proper photo in our October album and tell us your favorite part of this segment for a chance to win. Good luck.
All right, let's party.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I have been shucking corn all summer long.
Me
I
too.
love corn on the cob.
Me too, but be really careful when you are husking this corn because today we're going to use the husks, not the corn. This isn't sweet corn, this is field corn. But today we are going to do a craft making corn husk dolls. And these were the kind of dolls, I think originally the Native Americans made them.
For their kids.
For their kids.
And then the kids started making them probably when they got old enough.
And anything goes. You can decorate them so many ways, but I like them just as a rustic fall decoration.
Thinking that'll be a nice skirt, but who knows?
They get fresher and cleaner as you go lower. Although the outside ones have character when they're a little dirty and they have those streaks of red in them, they're kind of cool. Right, so first we're going to make the head of our doll. So you need 4 long corn husks. So find 4 good long ones that we can tie. We're gonna tie a string
around
about
them
that far down. So
I'm looking for as long as I can find.
That's what you want to do.
This one's pretty long too. Okay, 4 of them, yes?
Okay, yes. All right, so now you have your 4 corn husks and...
All ready.
Now you need your friend to help you a little bit here.
Thank you.
And we're going to pull it super tight. Then I need your finger there.
Finger.
And nope, don't pull your nail out.
I'm not gonna. Cut off the extra.
Yep, it doesn't even have to be that long, but
now I'll help you with yours.
Yep.
Finger. Ready?
Got it.
Okay, is that tight enough?
So this is probably, I think this is probably the hardest part of the whole thing.
Getting
because you're
started.
making your head and you want to make the head circular, right? So what you're going to do is just start turning them over. And now you'll, and maybe hold your knot so it doesn't slip out. Okay. And this is going to create your head. And then we're going to tie it down here again, but you can kind of like
smush it.
Smush it a little bit to make it more round. We should also mention that we're using green corn husks. If by chance you get corn and the husks are all dry, you can soak them in water overnight and do this with dry corn husks. However, then they might crack a little bit, so it's really a lot easier to do with the green.
Who would have thought? There's so many things out there that you can do crafty-wise that don't require much of anything.
It's true. All right, so now we have our heads. They look not bad at all. Let's keep in mind these are very rustic projects, right? All right, so next we're gonna set that aside for a second because the next thing we're gonna do is make arms. Arms are super easy. You just pick one. It doesn't really have to be a super long one. A medium one's kind of okay because what you're gonna do is you're just gonna start on one end of it and roll it nice and tight.
This one was kind of rolled up to begin with, so I feel like I'm getting a little help.
We're just gonna tie each end. And these are our arms.
You leave a little
like
bit at the end?
Yeah, a little bit, like a hand, or you're making the wrist, maybe.
Okay, and then the same to the other side. So basically all we've needed so far is twine and corn husk.
Corn husk.
And a friend.
And a friend. So now we have our arms.
Lovely arms.
They're very straight. They have no elbows. Now if you take your body, since you had 4 corn husks, you want to try to find 2 and 2 and find a space that you can slide the arms up and then push them up as far as you can.
Oh. Starting to look like something.
Yep.
Not exactly sure what.
Kind of like a scarecrow a little bit right now.
Yeah.
So then the next thing we're going to do is put another piece of twine here to make the body.
Okay. Hi, kitty cat.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy. Tommy came to visit.
Wacko.
It's a corn husk doll. What do you think? He's thinking maybe it would be a good toy.
I know this is what you live for.
Yeah.
Standing on people, loving people. I know.
He's like, Marie, I'm just going to stand here with you while you make your little doll.
Are we on a break? Is it a commercial?
He's like, but the camera's over here.
He's like, I'm going back. He's coming back.
You're a goof. No! All right, so the next piece, and Tommy's going to hang out with
Supervise.
us here.
He's our supervisor.
We picked one nice corn husk, and what we're going to do is we're going to drape it over the shoulders to make kind of like a shawl or maybe a coat.
Oh, so you want something that can kind of roll up a little bit.
Maybe. It's going to go like this.
Oh, I see.
So now it's kind of like a closed. Now we just have to tie these.
Okay. He wants to be underneath both of us. Okay.
So this is Do a Craft Project with
your
your cat. What do we need next?
Legs or a skirt.
Yeah, skirt's way easier than legs. So skirt is when it gets super easy because we just get to lay them down. This is when you pull out your hot glue gun. I would take the fat end to the top because then it tapers down to a skirt at the bottom, and it can be like a skirt with lots of points.
So now you can tie these on for those people who don't have a hot glue gun.
I can tell you, I tried it and they slide out.
This is a fun thing that you could do with the kids.
Yeah. See how that one has cool red on it? I like that it has the red there. I would try not to cover that part up.
So Tommy, do you approve at this point? Give her some booty. There she goes.
And I'm not done yet, all because of you. Well, and we only have one hot glue gun.
Yeah, we only have one hot glue gun.
You want to change laps?
He likes to have his tail rubbed.
He just likes attention.
He does.
This is the complete body part. Everything's done here. Some people might like them just like this, nothing else added.
Very traditional.
Very traditional, very plain. But there's a lot of things you can do with this, and you can do things to make it look more natural. Really, anything goes. So we have some different ideas here that we can add, and we decided to kind of keep it rustic today. I know you like sparkles. I brought you that, but you're not
I'm not going to use it.
You're not getting the pink sparkly stuff because I did bring it just in case she was not happy. But it needs to stay a little more earthy today. How about some of these button kind of things? Maybe we put somewhere. And actually, these are old earrings, so you can actually, I'm going to glue it, but you can actually just kind of press it right in. Look, and it has its own little, take the back off.
I kind of think that's enough. I don't want it to be too much.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm putting 2 on mine, but it's like 1 above, 1 below. I think it's kind of cute. Oh, that's pretty. Yours is like a decoration.
One.
If you let it dry like this, probably this will be a nice decoration for the fall.
Hang it up anywhere, set it on a table. What a fun idea.
Fun idea, and even your cat can help.
It's time to get moving, so we test our strength and challenge our cardio.
The River's Edge Family Bike Park in Delaware Water Gap is open, and it's all about the pump track.
So we're very excited to have this open now, and it's a free park. It's a public park. People can come. There's the walking trail around the features. So if you don't want to bike, you can just observe and you can go for a walk. And so if you want to give it a try, obviously, it's available for anybody and everybody who wants to try it. You don't have to be an experienced biker to enjoy it. But there's nothing else like this in the area. I mean, we have trails where you can take a bike, but this is completely different. It's something that nobody else has right now.
The River's Edge Family Bike Park has been in the planning stages for several years. It's a joint project between Smithfield and Middle Smithfield Townships. The first of 3 phases for the bike park is now open. The designer, Jim Delaval, creates bike parks all over the country and wanted to bring one to his home in the Poconos. This is called a pump track. The idea, use your momentum, combined with the track design to propel forward without pedaling.
I just picked up my bike and I'm not pedaling it. I'm gonna just pump it. Keep your elbows out, your pedals level, and enjoy this free-form exercise. All right, I'm going down the roll-in. Now pull up, pump, 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 pump. I'm going faster. Pumping, pumping, faster, perpendicular, little wheelie. Here comes the big berm. Oh, this is gonna be so fun when that dries up. And now I'm going up to what we call a pit stop. And that's in case you need a deep breath. And you can go right back in.
Funding for the park has come from a grant through the County Planning Commission and private donations. As more money comes in, the additional 2 phases will be constructed.
The second phase is the skills area, which will be out there in the grass behind the kiosk and in front of your cars. It's an introduction to the track. It's an introduction to the northeast of Pennsylvania. We have rocks, blown down trees across trails, sandbars in certain locations, loose gravel, and all those features are included in the skills area, as well as berms, rollers, and little mini tabletops that are in the pump track. The third phase in the back is the jump park, which is an elevated area that's sloped, and it has progressive trails down it, and it's designed for you to jump and land on the landings and make it down to the bottom safely.
When do you anticipate the other 2 phases of this project will be done?
When we get the funding for it, we've been tapping into different grants here. We utilize the Act 13, the Marcellus Shale Commission tax money, to kickstart it. The townships have also done a lot of in-kind donations, as well as us have done in-kind donations.
And we feel that what we're selling here is quality of life, and parks are really a big part of that. And by the way, the only reason I'm here and the other supervisors aren't is I think I'm the only one of 6 supervisors that actually rides.
So are you looking forward to riding here?
I tried it once a little earlier. I got about 3/4 of the way around. I'm going to come back here with a bike when no one else is here, and I'm going to master this track.
So you can go nice and fast,
You
right?
got it.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, that's what they say.
You're going to find out.
That's funny. So now that you've demonstrated how to do it properly, what advice do you have for us as we try?
Okay, always look ahead. Just like in skiing and snowboarding, you're looking forward and down a couple times, forward. Breathe and keep your elbows out. Keep your body loose as much as you can. I know the first couple of tries around the track,
We're gonna look stiff.
you're gonna look like your old ladies, but
Oh, great.
you know, you just gotta loosen up and let our design really send you around. And if you can pedal, if you need a couple cranks, just do them. You know, eventually you'll feel where you can get the speed.
You're not gonna lose us, are you?
No. Pump.
You good?
Pump. 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 Just take your time through it.
Okay.
And like, you might slow down and not be able to pump.
Right.
That's ordinary your first couple of times. If you keep coming here every year and not pumping, we're gonna have this situation. All right.
Okay, but you're gonna give us a break on the first time
Yeah,
around.
yeah, the first couple of loops around, that's fine. Your body has to record it through your eyes and your brain.
Feel what it feels
and you'll
like.
eventually get it. And then you never know, you might fall in love with this. Good, pump it. Pump it.
I needed more pump.
Whoa! I'm cheating.
I am too.
When I'm saying perpendicular and how people aren't perpendicular at all, this is what I'm talking about.
Whoa!
It's that free-form exercise that you and I grew up with, snowboarding and skateboarding and bike riding.
Whoa!
I know I pedaled. If anybody was counting.
I went the wrong way.
That's okay.
Only a few times. But
All right, let's see Marie.
cheating.
Come on up here, Marie.
This place is going to become a community gathering spot and a place of influence for different riders, kids, adults. Jim Delval is world class. This is his vision, and he builds beautiful bike parks. And he's like Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams. Build it and they will come.
I wasn't afraid though.
I wasn't really afraid.
I wasn't really afraid, but I wanted to get the feel of going sideways.
Yeah, perpendicular.
Whew.
Now, between all three of us, that's the missing link between working out and freeform exercise. Everybody's pretty much, you know, bending or squatting, but they're not getting perpendicular. This form of exercise makes you get perperpendicular.
Have never ridden a bike sideways.
You guys ready to go again?
So we did okay, right?
Yes, for the first time ever in your whole life. Yes. Yes.
We didn't crash and burn.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, round 2. Let's make
two.
this happen.
There you go. You got it. Pump. 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 Pump it. Put your elbows out and keep the pedals level as much as you can. And lean in the turns.
Whoa!
I love it. It's one of the best things that have came into the local area. Like, there's other places right down the road from my house and they're just starting to go down the drain, and I'm amazed by it. That's the best thing I could say. It's awesome.
I did the same thing again.
I got stuck! Are you gonna try?
Yeah. Yeah, let's let Zach try. Come on, Zach, your turn.
Zach, you got to do better than the ladies. All right. Maria and Kim? All right.
Sorry. Get going.
All right, let's go. It's so smooth. This bike is so smooth on the track. Lean. There you go, Zach.
Oh no!
Ah.
He took the
That's
high
all right.
road.
Just try to stay in the berms.
He went a little too high.
There you go. There you go.
This is awesome.
There you go. Yeah. I think you got him. I think you got him. Now watch this one. It's still kind of soft right here. We'll slow down.
Are you tired, Zach?
Zach got you ladies on the berms. You need to take another
I'm gonna
lesson.
throw up.
Hard, isn't it?
That's an incredible workout, but you don't realize you're working out. Like, it's so much fun. That
you don't
you wanna
realize.
keep pushing yourself.
You don't realize until you stop that your heart's beating so fast.
After a couple spins around the track, it was time to let the experienced riders have some fun.
Here, and I race BMX and stuff, and this is a great way to like hone my skills, get a lot better, and it's really great for the community that's here.
What was this was your first run on it, right?
Yes, first time I've ever been here. It was really cool. I expected it to be okay, pretty fun, but it was great. Berms are great, the jumps were really smooth and stuff, and it turned out to be great.
It's going to be great. There's so many kids that want to get into like biking and everything, but they don't know where to start. And all their parents say, hey, don't ride it on the street. You're going to get hit by a car. But if you come here, it's a good place to ride. It's good cardio, keep you in shape, and it'll keep you out of trouble.
Jim has a plan in place to teach young bike riders to take ownership of their park and earn some wheels along the way.
Bangor High School so far and East Stroudsburg High School have asked if their kids can participate with me in a during school and after school dig to ride program. Awesome. And it's something that we invented in our Philadelphia pump tracks where kids earn credits. They earn dollar credits with me and the school, and after 20 hours And after 20 hours that they're here in a row, they can't like miss one. They have to be good, they have to keep the grades up, they can't screw up, or they can't get on the bus. Every Wednesday from now on, since last week, the kids come here, they meet me, we get the tools out, we hydrate the soil, we take care of the plants, we fix the cracks and whatever maintenance needs to be done to the track. And after 20 hours, kids that are, not able to buy bikes, they earned one, and we give it to them.
Whatever you do, be the talk of the town!
Okay, our Rex ball didn't make it to Race Street.